Introduction to Stylistics course project, a comparative linguistic and literary stylistic analysis. I choose E. E. Cummings' poem, or Edward Estlin Cummings, entitled I Carry Your Heart With Me, I Carry It In by E. E. Cummings. I carry your heart with me, I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear, and whatever is done is by only me is your doing, my darling. I fear no fate, for you are my fate, my sweet. I want no world, for beautiful you are my world, my true. In its you are whatever a moon has always meant, and whatever a sun will always sing is you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of a tree called life, which grows higher than the soul can hope or mind can hide. This is the wonder that's keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart, I carry it in my heart. Summary. In I carry your heart with me, I carry it in, an unnamed speaker expresses their love for the poem's addressee. The poem begins with a statement that the speakers always carries their beloved's heart and their own heart. The speaker and their darling are one, because the speaker's love always joins the two together. The speaker does not fear fate, nor want the world, because the beloved is the speaker's fate and world, like the sun and moon. The speaker's love is and will always be a source of meaning and inspiration. The speaker then reveals the secret of the universe. It is this feeling of love that is the source, product, and aim of life itself. In addition, life is something that grows and grows like a tree, beyond in our hopes and understanding. This secret, that love and life are one, is a wonder of the universe, like the laws of astronomy that keep stars apart. The speaker reiterates their love at the end of the poem by restating that they carry in their own heart the heart of their lover, the addressee. Form and rhyme scheme. Using the traditional 14-line sonnet structure with a set rhyme scheme and meter as his foundation, Cummings reformats it to make it his own by adding an extra line consisting of two words and altering the rhyme. The topic, love, is a traditional idea explored in sonnets. A sonnet is a 14-line poem with a single idea flowed throughout the poem, but Cummings' sonnet is a 15-line poem. He has not written on the lines of any set pattern. Cummings also employs internal rhyme, perfect rhyme, and slant rhyme to help establish the sonnet form further, creating his own version of the traditional form, reimagined using his unique style of visual cues, spacing, phrases, lines, and punctuation. Cummings creates a rhythm all his own. No set pattern of rhyme is clear, but internal rhyme, slant or near rhyme, and assonance create a unifying structure that makes this lyric poem both musical and memorable. This poem is written in EB, CD, EF, also known as the English sonnet rhyme scheme. Theme. The major theme of the poem is love and its eternity. The spiritual bond and perfect union of the poet's love is exemplary. The whole text discusses that his love is not only the source of satisfaction for him but also gives him strength, solace, and he compares his love with a tree, which goes beyond hopes, implying his love is immeasurable. He further says that his love is a mystery which no one can resolve. To him, this pure love is the source of eternal peace, and he can never imagine his life without it. Analysis. E. E. Cummings does not use capital letters in his writings. I, that is a personal pronoun, according to the norms of grammar, must be written in capital letter, is violated here. We come to know that in this poem there is unusual capitalization, unusual spacing, and unusual pattern of lines in the stanzas. Absence of capitalization is deviation of general norms of grammar. We find here lack of full stops. Contracted forms of words are being used. Contractions are not allowed in the standard writing. Line pattern and line spacing is not according to the set norms of grammar. There is a regular sentence structure used in the poem. He uses contractive form like it's in the third line or the second stanza and that's on the fifth line of the third stanza. Contractions are not allowed in standard writings. The poet uses unusual rhyming in the poem. We know that contractions are avoided in a standard writing, but Cummings has used contracted forms which change the sound pattern and pronunciation also. He also uses alliteration. Music is created through playing words like sky of the sky, bud of the bud, and root of the root. We can say that to some extent in first and last line of the poem there is the use of the refrain. The refrain is the regular pattern of lines that follows after every stanza. The poet has given metaphorical statements to compare the love and beauty of a girl with the moon, sun, and stars. There is the use of imagery in this poem. Here is the use of personification, for the poet gives moon and sun human qualities who can sing like human beings. Personification means giving human attributes to a non-living thing. I carry your heart with me as a representative of love. As a love poem, it shows the true nature of love. The poet expresses his deepest and intense emotions for his beloved. He says that wherever he goes, he is accompanied by his beloved, and nothing can separate him. For him, his beloved is his whole universe. He can never imagine his life without her. He adds that his significant other is his source of living, of which he is afraid of losing, and carries her heart with him all the time. The depth of love between two people will gain the reader's attention. The second poem is written by Edgar Allan Poe, entitled A Dream Within a Dream. Take his kiss upon the brow, and in parting from you now, thus much let me avow, you are not wrong who deem that my days have been a dream. Yet if hope has flown away, in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore the least gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep, while I weep, while I weep. O God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? O God, Can I not sieve one from the pitiless weave? Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream? Summary: A Dream Within a Dream is a fascinating poem by Edgar Allan Poe, published in 1849. The poem opens with a gloomy tune where the narrator is parting from his lady lover. It consists of two stanzas that convey two distinct spirits but associated sequences. It articulates three significant disparate themes slightly connected with each other. On surface level, it deals with love, grief, and isolation, but on deeper level, post-poem refers to frustration, failure, and lack of power. The central part of the poem claims that life is not a mere dream, but a dream within a dream. Throughout, the poem goes above and beyond the linguistic features, as well as concerning with cancelled literary elements. Moreover, A Dream Within a Dream is often an obscure poem which confers multiple meaning to its reader. Form or rhyme scheme. A Dream Within a Dream is a rhymed poem, but it doesn't follow a regular rhyme scheme. For the most part, both stanzas consist of couplets or rhyming pairs, but again, Poe doesn't keep things simple. The stanzas have different lengths. The meter sees a napist popping up all over the place, and there is also an end stanza in each stanza in which three lines, rather than two, share the same rhyme sound, making things even more complicated. These triplet rhymes placed at different points in each stanza. The rhyme scheme in the first stanza is A A A B B C C D D E A. In the second stanza, the rhyme scheme is A A B B C C C D D E A F F. The lines in this poem are relatively short, though so the rhymes come thick and fast. These rhymes are almost all perfect rhymes too, except for the slant rhyme of nan or gan in lines 8 and 9. This gives the poem a riddle-like sound, as though the speaker is being tied in metaphorical knots. It's also worth noting the repeated rhyme pair of seem and dream. These two words sum up the speaker's dilemma neatly. Is life as it seems, or it is? Or is it all a dream, or even a dream within a dream? The theme. The major themes in A Dream Within a Dream is frustration, the existence of life and sorrow over the transient life are some of the major themes in the poem. These themes are evident in both stanzas. The first stanza shows sadness because the speaker is bidding goodbye to his beloved. However, her departure makes him question his existence. Traumatized by this event, he mourns the temporary nature of life that has brought despair and sorrow. In the second stanza, he is still sad, holding grains of sand. No matter how hard he tries to hold, the sand grains slip away. Ironically, he compares human life to this falling of the grains of sand. He questions God to lead him to the reality of life. As for him, it is nothing but a dream within a dream. Analysis. Usually, setting of a literary work empathizes by its time and place where it has been established. Setting of this poem by place is so convenient that is different in both stanzas. In the first stanza, the narrator has not revealed much about the event, so the vague narration does not assert where actually incident takes place, but the situation insinuates the dreamy effect of what is happening in his mind. The second stanza is richly symbolic and more concrete. It is centered surf tormented shore, grains of the golden sand, roar, and petal's wave, representing an ocean where the narrator is wishing to God and surrounded with grief. The poem is narrated through the first person point of view. I stand amid the roar, and I hold within my hand. The tune of the poem is experiencing and expressing sorrow and unhappiness, and in parting from you now, while I weep. Atmosphere is another aspect that elaborates the creativity of poet, which can be understood by the situations and circumstances through the poem has been told. In this poem, atmosphere is gloomy, that causing and suggestive of hopelessness. The diction, weep, parting, hope has flown, pitiless wave concludes profoundly in making a harmful sentiment and makes narrator uncomfortable. The diction of the poem includes words that are not commonly used in today's English language. The diction reflects the time period of the early 1800s. The diction also includes detailed words that give the poem imagery. A vow in line 3 reflects the time period because it is an old word that simply means to confess. Surf tormented in line 13 allows the reader to feel the crowdedness of the beach. Pitiless wave in line 22 shows how ruthless and hard the waves are coming in. The poem starts with the speaker kissing a woman goodbye. It is clear by his urgency that he has to part from her soon. She brings up to him that life is dream. He agrees with her and he starts talking about why he agrees with her. He says hope is gone, but it doesn't matter when it leaves. There is no permanence to any of life's features. The setting then changes to the speaker standing on the beach trying to grasp the sand. If life is a dream, then sitting conscience that drastically. The speaker weeps because he cannot hold the golden sand which represents life's events, and he loses the sand to the deep which represents the disappearance of life's pleasures. Nothing in reality is permanent, and the speaker ends his explanation as to why life is a dream. My personal insight. In the first poem, I Carry Your Heart With Me, the poem I Carry Your Heart With Me by E. E. Cummings is all about love. The speaker gives us an idea what are the feelings of the person who are in love like himself. For him, no matter where he goes or what he does, the love within his heart keeps him inspired and motivated. In the second poem, Dream Within a Dream, this poem made me realize that everything in this world is just temporary. We are all here on earth as a passers-by. Someday we will bid goodbye to our loved ones. The truth can be painful at times, but let's take to heart the message of the poem. Thank you.